The Tornado V3M is finally here, and after trying the cube, this is my brutally honest take on the good, the bad, and if you should buy this cube. Thank you so much, Nobel Cubes, for taking your time to give your opinion on the V3M. Also, don't forget to subscribe to his channel, guys. The link to his channel will be in the description. But first, let's talk a bit on the specs of this cube. The Tornado V3M measures 56mm across, making it slightly larger than its predecessor, the V2M. As for the price, the V3M starts at around $25 for the standard version, $33 for the magnetic, and $40 for the Pioneer version. It also weighs pretty much the same as the V2M. Not to forget, the V3M has primary internals and is finished off with a glossy exterior. The key difference between the Pioneer and the flagship is the flagship version has a factory-built magnetic core, and the Pioneer version has all of that plus it has maglev. Before we move on explaining why the Tornado V3M is so special, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because this video is self-sponsored and the only support I get is from you guys. The good. The cube comes with a high-quality magnetic clear casing and a premium leather cube protection bag, which allows you to travel with ease. The V3 has an attractive glossy finish, which gives it a smoothy yet grippy feel. The most significant improvement came in the corner cutting. Qiyi said they paid attention and gave more focus on improving the corner cutting, giving the cube a lot of room to corner cut. The center adjustment system is no longer hand tool adjustable, but instead you can now adjust each side individually using this fold-up handle. It's a plus point for people like me who don't really care of bringing a lot of adjustment tools to con, so I like the idea that you can adjust without needing anything. The cube comes with 5 different settings, and 1 being the weakest and 5 to be the strongest setting in the cube. Unlike the V2M, the V3M cap can be placed at any orientation, which is somewhat better than the V2M. Moving on to the bad. Out of the box, my first impression was I started getting slight a bit of catch during my solves, and I was getting a lot of lockups when the cube was set at spring axis distance of 4 and 5. However, at a lower tension, the cube was smooth, with no occurrence of lockups. The center caps. It was painful to remove the caps from the centers, and the only time I removed them was to adjust the tension setting, and I didn't even bother to open them after I finalized my tensions. The question was why they did this, especially when it is a flagship. Hope they will improve this in their next flagships. The newly introduced dual adjustment system. To be honest, the new feature feels awkward and takes far more effort than expected. Furthermore, the handle is difficult to see and hard to pull out, meaning adjusting all 6 sides is still a time-consuming process. For someone like me, I use the magnet adjustment tool to lift the handle up before I proceed to tension my cube, which clearly shows that even when Qiyi decided to remove the tensioning tool, I still needed another tool to lift the folded handle up. Before we conclude, let me say a few things on which one to choose, the standard, flagship, or the Pioneer version. I think if you are a serious speed cuber who wants to upgrade to the next big thing, you should probably consider getting either the flagship or the Pioneer. Either one will give you a great experience, but the choice between them comes down to whether you like the slightly faster maglev or a more controlled spring. Whatever you choose, they are both very competitive products, and you'll see all these new records being set even before they've been released, so whichever one you choose, it will be an awesome cube. Now, let's talk about something very important. Is the V3 worth switching to? Do you want to go from the V2 to the V3? If you already have your cube, is it a good time to switch to the V3? My answers to these 3 questions is definitely yes.
Definitely yes.
The V3 is a great speed cube which I think a lot of people will like. It won't be a top of the line for everyone, but the V3 has enough charm and loads of features to make it appealing to the vast majority of people. This cube probably will be my main. Also, I use the flagship edition. Personally, I think the flagship is the best of the 3 versions and is what I would recommend to most people. Overall, I think the cube is quite similar to the V2, but basically anything that could have been considered a problem in the V2 has been addressed directly and modified to make it more airy and even better. One of the main problems with the V2 was how stiff it was. This obviously varies with setup, but many of the V2s I've tried have felt very blocky and it wasn't friendly with my way of turning the cube. The magnet is on the stronger side, which is why the V3 has a very snappy feel. But overall, the corner cutting is much more forgiving and the turning feels much smoother. I agree that the new tuning system is awkward and definitely slower, which I hope Qiyi will definitely improve in future. The Tornado V3M is a great cube. If you are looking to try something new, or if you are just tired of your main 3x3, then definitely try this, as this is a great puzzle.
G'day guys, it's me, Nobel Cubes. So I was asked to just do a real quick review on this, and oh my god, this is honestly the best cube that I've ever felt. I felt all the flagships, all the GANs, I felt pretty much every puzzle that's come out in the last 5 years. And this is genuinely an instant main. Having said that, I haven't tried the maglev. This is the flagship version, meaning that it still has the core magnets for the stability, but it still just has regular springs, which honestly, I actually prefer. I have a few maglev cubes and I really don't like. It's a personal preference for sure, but I just don't like the way the maglev cubes do M moves like this, and it's just, they just feel a lot more unstable to me. I honestly just prefer the screws and the springs a lot more. Corner cutting on this, brilliant. Reverse corner cutting, even more. The magnet strength that came straight out of the box is the medium, which is actually perfect for me. I tried a couple of options, but I think the one that came with it is perfect. I'm a glossy plastic person. I really prefer the glossy plastic on this, just like on a lot of the GANs. I don't really like frosted. I feel like it slips a bit more, so this is a better grip for me personally. But again, that's a personal preference. But seriously, I know this cube is a tiny bit pricey, but compared to GANs, it's really not. It's a really good price for what it is, and I don't think you'll actually need another 3x3 main, at least, in a long time. So this is me just doing a few solves. I genuinely feel like I can actually get slightly better times on this cube. I can just focus on look ahead more than my turning, which is brilliant. For a beginner, it's probably not the greatest because you want to be focusing on your turning, you want to be accurate. I've already gotten pretty good at accurate turning over the years. I've been doing this for 6 years, and I feel like that I can focus on different things. I really don't have to worry about lockups or anything like that on this cube. It's brilliant. The only thing I've really found is that my A-perms are for some reason a little bit harder to do. I slip up a little bit more for some reason. Yeah, like that. I'm not really sure what that is, but it's not really locking up. It might be the size of the puzzle because it is slightly smaller and I am used to bigger ones. But anyway, I definitely recommend, and you should get this one for yourself.